As the New Zealanders begin to negotiate the 70 miles of high mountain trails, they know their lead may not be enough to hold off the defending American champions, who arrive at the bike transition 90 minutes later. Armed with former world champion mountain bikers and with more sleep than Pure NZ, Eco Internet knows this next section is their best chance to catch the relentless Kiwis. But the Americans have also had to forsake sleep to keep up with the Kiwis' blistering pace. Eco Internet and Pure NZ are now only 2.5 hours apart as the race moves into the Merino Highlands. The next 70 miles of tough mountain biking may decide this year's Eco Challenge champion. Knowing that the Kiwis have not slept in 3 days, Ian makes a strategic decision to take a quick sleep before continuing his pursuit of the New Zealanders.
We decided to do like a group 10-minute power hug under the back of the lean-to and just hung on to each other and shivered for 10 minutes.
By keeping to his tortoise and hare strategy, Ian is taking a risky gamble. With the Kiwis pushing forward, Eco Internet can only fall further behind, and the race course that remains is getting shorter and shorter. Unable to ride and refusing to stop and sleep, Team Pure NZ holds on to first place by continuing to push their bikes through the icy storm. Pure NZ's nearest competitor, American team Eco Internet, rejoins the race after sleeping for a short 10 minutes. For the moment, this strategy places the team farther behind the Kiwis, but resting while the Kiwis were racing could make the difference when the teams transition from the mountain bikes. The Kiwis have never lost on their home soil, and their countrymen are watching every step. The pressure to win is forcing them to push themselves to dangerous levels. Their bold strategy of not sleeping may now prove to be their undoing. For the Americans of Team Eco Internet, a conservative tortoise and hare strategy has given them a great sleep advantage over the Kiwis. Gaining fast, they are now less than an hour behind.
It was a very interesting section, the last leg of the race, because the top two teams, at least the Kiwis and us, had some significant problems in there. The Kiwis were overheated, underfueled, and had too much sleep deprivation. We went in there, we were a little bit lean on food. We were very tired, but not debilitatingly tired. It was fairly obvious. Eventually we sat down, we talked about it, and yes, we were the first team, and the Kiwis would stop somewhere below us. And this led us to believe that they had had the problems we suspected they were going to have, is that they got so tired, so dehydrated, and so drained that they had to stop and sleep, which turned out to be the case. So that put us in first place, and the whole race changed from there.
Back in the league for the first time since they won last year in Borneo, the hunters now become the hunted as Eco Internet hurries toward the finish line in first place.
Approaching from over there in about half an hour will be the winning team of Eco Challenge, and I don't think it's going to be the team which we were expecting, which was the Kiwis. They were in front for 4 days straight and kept telling me, we Kiwis don't need sleep. We can go without sleep. I think that's not true. The American team, on the other hand, Eco Internet, did take sleeps when they thought they needed it, because they were allowing themselves to drop back. But then, in the end, it looks like they passed the Kiwis because they were more lucid and thinking more straight because of sleeping. That's what makes Eco Challenge cool. It's an expedition competition. It's not just about physicality. It's about managing your resources of equipment, time, and sleep.
The last 5K into the finish on Lake Wanaka was one of the most significant finishes in my career, and probably in adventure racing for any team, because we had come to the home of adventure racing where it's been fostered and built for the last 20 years, and finally managed to beat the Kiwis on their home turf, and that was, to me, pretty amazing.
He cannot help but feel a certain responsibility for putting an end to the Kiwi legacy. But in this loss was a great lesson. A lesson that shows that even the power of the warrior spirit faces physical boundaries.